The problem with numbers is that they don't always reflect real life. I did a series of videos and posts on my blogs about what I call the myth of rebalancing. And I think that sometimes we tend to see life through a cracked pair of spectacles. And the problem with this is that there are two great products that have been invented by the finance community, and they are mutual funds and rebalancing. And mutual funds are filled with fees, and rebalancing encourages you to buy and sell regularly to keep your portfolio rebalanced. And look, they can be great things to do. I mean, in principle, the theory of rebalancing simply says that when the market goes high in stocks, that you sell some. Because the market now is low in bonds, you buy some more. So therefore, you're buying low and selling high at all times. And that is the great theory, but the practice of rebalancing isn't really putting that in practice properly. So what I think you need to do is, first of all, rebalance your objective, which is why you're investing in the first place. Are you investing to reduce risks? As people say, by rebalancing my portfolio and having half my portfolio in stocks and half in bonds, I'm covering my risk, because if bonds go up and stocks go down, I've hedged my bets. But the question is, what's the biggest risk that you're facing? And the biggest risk you're facing is probably that you won't end up with enough money to live the life that you want when you want, which might be a very modest goal like $1 million or $2 million in 20 years' time when you turn 65 so you can retire. Or it might be a very dramatic goal like $5 million in 10 years' time so that you can go and serve the starving people of Africa, or invent the next great medicine, or do something, write the next great romance novel, or do something with your life that you want to do that you can't do. So everybody's number and reason for the number is different, and you have to decide what that is. But the biggest risk you face is not being able to achieve that. Simple goal like retirement, most people in America simply won't reach it. And an important goal like living your life, well, most people don't even know what their life's purpose is and won't make that for sure. So I say this: if you can follow the financial advice of rebalancing, diversifying, buying mutual funds and reach your number, go ahead and do it, because that will certainly lower your risks. But I would venture to say that for 99% of people out there, by doing that, you won't reach your number, and that's the biggest risk that you face. So what I think you do, the key to wealth and lowering your risk, is simply to find a product or an investment that you know and that you love, that you're prepared to research, and then just go buy some of it if the price isn't too right. And buy yourself an income-producing investment. So for me, that's real estate. And when I want something active, it's businesses. But when I'm talking about passive, low-risk investments, for me, real estate is very, very low risk. For you, real estate may be high risk because you don't know anything about it, but buying a franchise might be very low risk because you've done it 3 times before. Or it might be starting a car wash is very low risk because you worked in 10 of them during your life, and your family owned 5 of them, and for you to open one up is so low risk it's ridiculous, provided you choose the location well and provided you're well financed. Or it might be investing in income producing stocks, or it might be, who knows what it might be, but the point is to find an income-producing investment that you love, that you understand, and then invest in it. And an income-producing investment that you're looking for is something that tends to rise with inflation, so inflation works with you, and something that you can leverage, which means borrow money to buy, which means that banks and interest rates and those sorts of things work with you, not against you again. So if inflation is greater than 0%, as it surely will be over the next 20 years, you gain. Your return increases not just with inflation, but because you borrowed money, your return actually increases greater than inflation. By the ratio of borrowed money to your own money is how you increase your returns. So a real estate investment that increases by 4% or 6% per year, if you leverage it and borrow 60% of it or 80% of it, can probably produce a return of 10, 12, 15%, which is very, very good on capital growth, let alone the excess rental income that you receive. So remember, with an income-producing investment, you make money 2 ways. One way is by capital appreciation, which is the only way you make money when you buy stocks or bonds or buy mutual funds and rebalance. And the second way it makes you money is by income, when the rents exceed your expenses, which is mortgage and purchasing costs and repairs and maintenance, as they surely will over a long enough period of time. So, if rebalancing was the right thing to do, Warren Buffett would be rebalancing his portfolio right now. And what would he be doing? Is he would have been selling out of his stocks and buying into bonds. But now the stock market is low, Warren Buffett is rebalancing his portfolio, but guess what? He's rebalancing his portfolio from 100% bonds to 100% stock. I'm talking about his personal money, not his money in Berkshire Hathaway. So the reality is that American businesses are undervalued right now. There's no reason why, if you want to be in stocks, you shouldn't buy 100% stocks. Maybe a small percentage in cash or bonds or share or something similar, just to keep some cash aside for emergencies. But you should have no fear about putting 100% of your money into stocks if that's what you want, or 100% of your money into real estate, because real estate prices are low and mortgage rates are low right now. Don't rebalance. Buy what's low and sell when high.